What up, Ninja Nation? It's Bowman 9000, aka the Trauma Ninja. I got a quick video for you guys today. So you guys already saw my first build that I made, the Paint Beast, with similarities of Shaq. But I was like, you know what? I think I can do one better. I really wanted to get Dimer out of my big man build, and I think I found just the one. This is an interior force. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new here. Follow me on Twitter at Bowman9000. If you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. And yeah, man, let's get right into it. So this is the interior force. I was stoked. I know last time I said I was stoked when I said I saw Shaq, but what I was really going for in my first build that I never showed you guys because it was ass, was David Robinson, and I got it. So interior force has similarities of David Robinson, Joel Embiid, and Nikola Vucevic. All more modern big men, especially with Joel Embiid and Nikola Vucevic, as well as David Robinson. You guys may not know, the reason why I wanted David Robinson is because I wanted Dimer, and I searched centers who throughout history scored 20 points per game in a season, coupled with 5 or more assists. I think that only brought up like Wilt Chamberlain and not Hakeem, but Kareem. So that brought up 2. So I said, you know what? Let's lower it to centers who scored 20 points per game and had 4 assists in that same season, 4 assists per game. And that only added David Robinson to the list. So it was only 3 centers with 4+ assists per game for a season and 20 points. So David Robinson, we go. I'm super excited to show this to you guys. So here we are. The first thing we saw, of course, was the skill breakdown. For a different build, I chose what was equal was the finishing and the playmaking was the most 2 prominent skill breakdown trees, or pie charts, if you will. The green, which is shooting, was pretty low. We'll talk about that later. And the defense / rebounding is still low. But I'm thinking with wingspan, I can do it. I can get this, okay? We can make this happen. So that's the one I chose. Moving on, I think that was the 3rd one down if I'm not mistaken. But just take a picture of this if you want to make this build. Take a picture of that so you know exactly what you're dealing with. Moving on, the physical profile. I chose mostly strength. I wanted to have that 93 strength because those dudes are strong as heck. And I went with the one that had the vertical because last time, if you guys were in the stream, you guys would have realized, because I was telling you, the one that had the lower vertical, it's almost like he never even jumped for the jump ball, which means he's probably not really gonna jump for the rebound. So you might wanna go ahead and sacrifice those couple points in speed, drop down to a 58 and get the 56 vertical. So that was 93 strength, 56 vertical, 51 acceleration, 58 speed, and try your hardest not to abuse the right trigger or R2. Because you're gonna run out of stamina quick, and they might patch it like they said, but don't count on it. Just wean yourself off of that right now. So moving on, I used all my attributes, of course. So my high stats, so I did get a tweet from, I think it was from Mike Wang. No, it was from Zach Timmerman, who replied to me because I wanted to know, is close shot related to your standing layup? Because I don't see that attribute here anymore. And he answered me back and said yes. So shot close, you need that as high as you can go. You're gonna have to absolutely max it out to get that standing layup to go. So for me, it's a 90. I'm pretty stoked, man. Driving layup 72. Okay, I maxed that out at 72. Driving dunk, I did not max that out because Mike Wang said to get the contact animations for big men, you only needed to have a 50. So I went for it. Or it's like a 60, I think it was a 60 or a 50. I think it was 50, so I went for it. So yeah, we got that at 63. I didn't need to max it out. I figured I'd shave off a little bit. How much am I really gonna be driving the lane and then going for a dunk? Probably not. So yeah, standing dunk at 95, I maxed out all the way out. Post hook, I did 0. I may have to shave this around with something else, you know, when I tinker with the full game. Maybe there's those custom pie charts will help me get more of a post hook. But I say, you know what, for this build, just don't take any post hook shots. There's so many other types of shots you can take once you bully your man down low. Just don't go for a post hook. It's easy. It's programmable to one button. I think the post hook is like right or left on the stick. Just don't do that. Do something else. Mid-range shot, I kept that. I put it up a couple of points to 48. I only added 5 points to it. 3-point shot, I added 0, so I got a 40 on that. I don't know, who cares? Free throw, I was able to get this maxed out. So I like big men who can shoot their free throws. So with a 74, I feel extremely confident I can hit those. Post fades, yeah, I definitely had to get away with that because one of the builds that I made a mistake by not putting anything on the post fade. And although I could bully down low on the post, when I wanted to get my back down and get that nice separation from the back down and then hit him with a turnaround fadeaway, I couldn't. So I had to keep mashing it into the paint, and I wanted an option to get out of that. So there's the post fade. With 82 post fade, I should be able to hit as well as with my badges. They should help me out. Passing accuracy. So I left this at a 55. I know I wanted a lot of playmaking, but I wanted post moves to be maxed out. So the pass accuracy, I put at 55. Hopefully it doesn't hurt me. It seemed like every pass I wanted to make, like I was getting the rebound and then throwing huge outlets in the demo game, and they were connecting on a dime. I didn't throw not a one out of bounds. And I think I had like silver for the badge. So there's that. If I need more, we'll tinker and get more, but I left it at a 55. Ball handling, I put it up at a 53 to help out. That's a max to help out in the post. So you do need the ball handling if you want to have post control. I didn't bother asking because just like shot close, I asked and that was correct. I'm gonna go ahead and say ball handling will help with post control. So maxed out as much as you can. That's a 53 for me because I had Hall of Fame unpluckable on a build, but I did not increase the ball handling. And when I was in the post, they plucked me like 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So yeah, I led the team in turnovers. So I maxed it out. Post moves, 94. That's a must on this build. If you want to go into the post, why wouldn't you max that out? Enough said. Interior defense, I was still able to max it out. It started at a 45, went up to a 77. This is great for me. There's nothing, I can't say I wanted more. If I need more in the interior defense, oh well, sorry. Perimeter defense, I didn't add any. Lateral quickness, 0. I left it at 36. Steal, no. I don't want to be in the passing lanes. I don't want to be pushing myself out of position while going for a steal. F it. Just don't click square. That's it. This build just doesn't click square. That's all. Block, yeah, I've got that very close to max. It went from 30 to a 74. I think this could go to like a 77. So I'm 3 away from max on the block, but you'll see what happens later. We can worry about that. Offensive rebounding, I maxed that out at 74, and defensive rebounding maxed out at 80. So that's already higher than what I had in my rebounding athletic finisher in 2K19. So there's that. Moving on. So on these screenshots, you will see I chose 7 foot. So he's a 7-foot center. Obviously he's a center. For you haters out there, he's a center. 7 foot is what I chose, but I'm showing all you guys this so you can see for yourself what happens when you increase the height to 7'3" or 7'2" or 7'1". There's a lot of things you lose out on. So we're gonna go ahead and see 7'1". I'm gonna go into it. You lose 3 off the driving layup, 4 off the driving dunk, which brings you to a 59. Wasn't trying to do that. 53, you lose 2 on the free throw. Okay, 1 on the mid-range, no big deal. Passing accuracy, we already didn't put it up that much. I'm not trying to lose 1. You lose 3 on ball handling, which is true. The taller you are, the less your handles you have. That's just how it goes. You ever see Kevin Durant do all those dribbles? No, that's why they put little people on him. So when he does dribble, the ball has to go all the way down to the floor and all the way back up to his hand. Even if he's crouched over, it's a long ways to go. So that makes sense. That's on 71, like 7'1". -2 on perimeter defense, which is who cares? Block, you get a +1. Okay, great. And interior defense, you get a +1. 7'2", you're -6 and -8 on the driving layup and driving dunk. That's too much. You don't lose much on the standing dunk. You don't lose anything at all. Free throw, you lose -4, which we already know. The taller you are, the harder it is to shoot those. Ball handling, you're at a -6. Interior defense, you get a plus. -5 on perimeter defense, -5 on lateral quickness, -2 on steal. And look at the speed. You're already down to a 47. 41 acceleration and 44 vertical. You're losing out big time if you go to 7'2". And then lastly, 7'3", driving layup -9, driving dunk -12. That's huge. Free throw -6. Speed, you're down still only to 41. Acceleration down to 35. You're not going anywhere. Like, you'll set a screen and try to run towards the paint. You're not going to be able to do it. Nothing's going to happen. 38 vertical. That's the whole reason we chose this physical profile, is that it had the vertical. Imagine if we picked the other one. We'd probably be like 33 or less. So I'm not going to do it. -7 on the perimeter defense, -8 on the lateral quickness. It's a lot, so don't do it. You can build one of the tester, which is what I'm gonna do when the full game comes out, just to see what the gameplay is like at 7'3". If a lot of people decide that 7'3" is gonna be the meta and they're just gonna lose out on all that other stuff, then so be it. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing it. Next up, we have the weight. So I did add a little bit to the weight. I brought it up to 280 pounds. I don't remember what the max is, but I did push it a little bit. You don't really lose much here. Strength, you gain up to 95. Driving dunk, you -1. Interior defense, +5. That brings my interior defense up to 82 without adding, more attribute caps to my defense. So look out for that. The weight will help you down low, which makes sense, right? Next up, wingspan, 94.1. I'm pretty sure this is max. I just went ahead and took the hit, the -1 mid-range, -1 3-point shot. Who cares? Ball handling, -1. We'll see if that really hurts me. Post moves, I went with -2. I'm still in the 90s, so I'm feeling pretty confident. And the blocks, we made up for it by going up to 78 and getting that +4. This is the highest I could go, I believe. This either might be max or the highest you can go before you start losing out on like speed and vertical, etc., etc., etc. So there's that. Pay attention. Next up, I chose my takeover. This build gets post scorer takeover, which is exactly what I wanted. This is excellent, man. I'm pretty good at guessing where the rebounds are gonna go. But for the post scorer, this is exactly what I want. I want to work hard on defense, on the boards, and on offense, and still passing and setting screens and stuff to get my takeover. But when I get my takeover, give me the damn ball so I can bully and get my points and then play team ball for the rest of it. It'll be fun. That's what I like. So we move on to the badges. I want to show you guys everything that I had. So I had 17 finishing badges, 14 playmaking badges, 11 defensive rebounding badges, and 5 on the shooting. I don't know how I got 5 on the shooting. I would love to have my pie chart be like only 3 on the shooting, because there's only one badge that I actually really want badly, and I'll show you guys what that is in a second. Moving on. Starting with the finishing badges, I went ahead with silver acrobat, gold back down punisher, consistent finisher on bronze, which just helps you when you mistime your layup, you still get a little bit of a boost. Contact finisher, yeah, Hall of Fame for me. Drop stepper on gold. Lob city finisher on bronze. I had a couple points I really didn't know what to do with, so I said, you know what, let me catch a lob. Why not? Pick and roller on silver. Slithery finisher on bronze. Hopefully it'll help me avoid some of the contact so I can, go ahead and go ahead. Next up, we had the playmaking badges. So I have 14 of those. So of course I put gold dimer, gold dream shake. So gold dream shake, you need it. You absolutely need it because it helps also on pump fakes. All the shimmies, all the pump fakes, all the up and unders, it'll help the defender bite on those fakes. So you want to get that as high as possible. I elected for gold, and in the gameplay, they were jumping. I'm not gonna lie, man. They were freaking jumping. Willie Cauley-Stein was out of his socks like 4 or 5 times, and that was just in a 6-minute quarter game, okay? Post-spin technician, I went with Hall of Fame because like I said, I want to be able to bully down low, and I want to be able to hit the post-spin, which is in the playmaking badge category. Last thing I did is up the unpluckable to Hall of Fame. I don't want to get ripped when I'm down low, okay? That's just the bottom of the story. That's it. Next up, we went with the defense and rebounding badges. I had 11 of those. So we got gold box, gold brick wall, which Mike Wang said is probably going to get toned down a little bit. It's going to get nerfed just a touch because I was setting big fat screens on Steph Curry when I didn't have the badge at all. It wasn't even on bronze. So imagine it on gold. I was probably putting people on their ass. Chase down artists on bronze because I do want to get a contest. I realize if you're closing out or if like he gets past you a little bit, but like you're right in his face still or like right by him, I still want to get a contest on the shot. So if you don't have chase down artists, if you're not directly in front of them, you're not gonna get a contest. So you needed at least bronze. Intimidator, I got on gold, and it does really work. any shot attempt, even if you're not gonna get the block, even if you're just right in his face with the contest, the Intimidator will make them miss often. And then I went ahead bronze rebound chaser, and it really did help just going for those rebounds so they're a little bit out of position. But with gold box, I shouldn't really have to chase many rebounds out of position. So think about that. So the last thing we went for was the shooting. I went with gold hot zone hunter. I know it's like mostly all these other hot zones you can have, but in the paint is the only one I want. So all my shots are gonna come from within. So this badge is gonna be going off very often for me, and that's kind of a steal. But if you can min it so you can only have 3 shooting badges, just get this on gold and that's it. But I had this as well as the pump fake maestro, which is coupled with the badge that I mentioned earlier with the post fakes. So the pump fake maestro goes hand in hand. All your pump fakes and your shimmies, you'll be getting defenders to bite left and right. So next video, I'll be coming out with the gameplay of this. I did record it. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm out. Peace.